Before I even start this video today, I just wanted to say thank you to you guys who comment weekly. It makes my day. I love that my content is being seen and heard and felt. So I just wanted to thank you guys because you mean as much to me as I hope my content means to you. And I hope that I mean something to you as well. All right, let's get started. Hey, everybody. Ride me for a bit. I got something to talk about. What if I told you there was a way to cut the difficulty of losing weight by 50%? What if I told you it's not as hard as you think? It's all about finding out what your kryptonite food is. Let's talk about it. Ride with me while we discuss hot topics, share information, and just have fun conversations. Drive and thrive. So, what is kryptonite, you're asking? If you're not someone who knows what kryptonite is the only thing that can bring Superman down. It's the only thing, it's his only weakness. And I'm a fan of Superman. And so for me, kryptonite made sense. To name these foods kryptonite foods made sense to me. Definitely change it to something that makes sense and resonates for you, but that's what resonated for me. So what they are they're the foods, are the restaurants that I need to stay away from because they trigger, I believe in food addiction, and I believe I have it. And so I stay away from certain restaurants and certain foods. It's only 3 things. And for me, it has made my weight loss at least 50% easier because these are just things that I've written off for good. Like I'm not ever going back. Never say never, but in my power, if I can help it, I will never be going back to these places. And it's, for me, figuring this out made everything make sense because I'm not having to fear anything. I was under this assumption that I could never eat a snack again. I could never eat a chip again. I could never go to a fast food place if need be, if I wanted to, whatever. Again, I thought I had to cut everything out that wasn't whole foods. And that's just not true. And this is why I want to share this with you. Because for me and even other people I've worked with who've done this, we all have, it's not every food, it's not every high processed food. For most people, it's 1 or 2 things that kind of send you over the rail. And for some people, this may not even be a thing that you have to be concerned with. And I'm happy for you if you're someone who doesn't have a food trigger. But for me, I learned that I do. And it's important, if you do, to learn what it is. And so calling it kryptonite is just it is honestly what I call it for me, but we can call it trigger foods if that makes more sense for everybody. So how you find these out is if you go to this food when you're feeling sad, if you go to this food for any emotional reason and you find yourself in a certain fast food drive-through, whenever you need a pick-me-up for emotional reasons, like if you feel like you've been done wrong or you had a bad day or you break up or anything emotionally tied, you have an emotional tie to this product or restaurant, and therefore it's a trigger food for you because whenever you went through something, there that food was. Whenever you needed a hug and couldn't get it, there that food was. Whenever you needed something, that food, that item was there for you. And therefore you may need to cut your tie with that food because that's going to send you, in my opinion, for me, it sends me back into a spiral of bad eating because of its emotional connection. So, the way you find out if you have a trigger food, uh, let me tell you the beauty part of knowing your trigger. Let me tell you what's beautiful about this to me, because why it works for me. Because like I said, I used to think I had to stay away from every source of non whole foods, right? Like every fast food place, every snack, everything. And that makes it feel daunting. That makes weight loss feel like it's this impossible. How do you stay away from everything forever? You know? And so to me it just felt overwhelming almost, and I would always go back down that road because I would eat my trigger food because that's how I dealt with emotional things. And so I would eat my trigger food and I would spiral back out of control, um, into overeating. And when I realized just cut those three things out, and it kind of opens your mind to, well, I don't, if I can do that, then I don't really need any of this crap, you know? If I could cut the three things that I always ran to out, then it's not hard not to eat any of this. But also, if you were to eat those things, they don't trigger you. So it's like a double-edged sword of goodness, because one, you realize you don't need any of it. You can live without any of it. And two, you've removed the things that do send you spiraling back down the food barrel, right? So this is how I figured it out. This is what I did. I am a journaler. I like writing everything down. Everything. I read and I write all the time. And so for me, that's what works. I literally have to have a pen and write it. You could use your phone, you could type it, you could think it. However you like journal in your way, right? Because not everyone has to write it down. Some people just think it through or talk into their phone and whatever, record it, whatever. It's up to you. But however you journal, however you keep track of your mindset, what's on your mind. But I'll say journaling because that's how I do it. So I wrote down for 2 weeks. I didn't change anything. I didn't change how I ate. I didn't change what I did. I didn't change anything. I just ate, period. Whatever I ate, wherever I went, whatever, I didn't do nothing. And I wrote it all down. I journaled everything, every bite, every place, everything. Fine, right? A lot of places tell you to do that. A lot of people do that. What I did differently was I wrote the emotion next to it. Was I hungry, or was I eating out of emotion? Because I didn't even know that I was eating out of emotion as much as I was until I did this. And of course, you have to be honest with yourself, because if you're not, then what's the point? This is about you finding out you, learning about you, right? So I would write down also the when, where, and why, right? Where you ate. Did you eat somewhere private? Did you close the door? Did you go by yourself? Did you sit in a all of this matters, because this is your psyche. This is why the food is not the thing, is what I'm getting at. Once you understand it's not the food, that was just the blanket for what you're trying to cover up. The food is adding weight for no reason, because you still have that feeling. You just ate it through. Now you're going to work it through and be done with it. So when you journal it, you realize, wow, every time I have a bad day at work, I go to this restaurant. Every time I have an argument with my person, I go to this thing. Every time this happens, I eat this thing. Wow. I realized I need to deal with the thing. and not eat it away, because the eating is only making me gain weight. It's not doing anything. It's not literally a hug. It's not literally a blanket. It's not literally helping anything besides me gaining weight. And once you realize that, it is so easy to let it go because it's serving you no purpose. So in that case, I don't need to keep running to that brand of chips. I don't need to keep running to that restaurant. What I need to do is understand why I feel like running in the first place. And there you go. That's it. For me, it was that simple. Because when you start, and that is a catalyst. I mean, I've been doing this for before I did this show, but a lot of why I do this show is because if we can conquer these things in our life that send us running, we can conquer the weight. The weight is a byproduct of all these things that we're running from and dealing with. The weight isn't just, we're not just overeating because we just want to overeat. We're overeating for a reason. And if we understand these reasons, then the weight just kind of starts coming off. The more we understand the root of the problem, the easier the weight comes off. So I hope this is helpful. So just go over it one more time. So to find your trigger foods, or your kryptonite foods as I call them, and it could be a donut, it could be a bag of chips, it could be a whole restaurant. Whatever it is, it's not a lot of things. Like I said, for me, it's 3 things. And that just opens up your mind to the fact that one, I'm just summarizing for you, everybody. One, I don't have to stay away from everything. I only have to stay away from the things that are kryptonite for me, the trigger foods for me. And 2, I don't need none of it. If I can stay from the 3 things, if I can stay away from the 2 or 3 or whatever things for you that triggered me, that I ran to for every little thing, then I don't need none of this crap. Right? That is so powerful to me. And 3, or maybe 4, whichever I'm on, once you learn why you are running towards these things, you can start to fix it. So it's just an all-encompassing beautiful thing that we can all, even if you don't have a eating a habit of overeating, you can still use this to help yourself be a better person. You can still use this because we all have things that we're trying to work through and get past and get over. And it's just a matter of how we figure that out. All right, guys, I've parked. I'm at my destination. I sincerely hope that helped you as much as it has helped me and continues to help me. If you'd like more information on it, please leave a comment below. Tell a friend and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. Check out this video for some more Drive and Thrive. All right, you guys, have a great day. Be safe. Do something that makes you proud. Love y'all. Peace.